Happiness. We are all seeking happiness every minute of every day of our entire lives, all living beings. We may not be conscious of it. We think I'm going to work, I'm going to take care of the kids, I'm doing my daily routine. But in all things, we are looking for happiness from the Buddhist perspective, for sure. And we think, well, what is happiness? You know, it's that list of goals that I have or I'm working towards. And if I arrange all the externals just right, keep all the balls in the air just right, I'll be happy. And that is true happiness, sustainable happiness. But is it? Well, let's check. So we have our list of things, and we go through our entire life, our whole existence, looking for the best partner, the best job, the best house, car, clothes, relationships, friends, vacations. And if we arrange all of those things just right, we'll be happy. But let me check. Let's check that, right? How many times have wonderful relationships ended in divorce or breakups? Not a true source of happiness because they end. Oh, but it's the job, right? So if we get just the right job, then I can afford all the things that are going to make me happy. But let me ask you, and from somebody who is very goal, grind, hustle, focused on all of those things, how many times have we had the great job and it ends? Or it brings so much stress, it's just unbelievable. And we have to constantly look for escapisms to get away from it. Now that is not a true source of happiness. But it's the vacation, right? There we go. So we nailed it. We go on vacation and we've created our own true happiness, sustainable happiness. But let's check. I don't know. Sometimes when we go on vacation, it can be very stressful, no? Flights are delayed, we're caught here, accommodations are what we thought, the weather's not great, our partner's irritating us, the kids are out of control, everything's too expensive. Wow, that sounds very stressful. Or everything works out just right, but we're constantly in the, well, this is going to end mode. Oh no, we leave in 3.5 days, we leave in 2 days, we leave the next day. So we're worried that that happiness hit, these hits of happiness we get, are going to end. And they are, for sure, right? But, you know what? I got it. It's that Michelin star meal that we're going to have on the perfect vacation that is going to make us happy and sustainable forever. Well, from someone that's had a few of those meals, and yes, they're wonderful. I'm a foodie as well. Can't cook worth a damn, but I love good eating. If you eat enough of anything, Michelin star or chicken wings, you're going to get sick. And you're going to be like, ugh. And that definitely is not happiness. So all of this list in our entire lives, we can agree that we are juggling balls, whatever they may be, for our version of these happiness hits. Because we can agree we're not happy all the time. But we truly strive to be, right? With all these external conditions, we're constantly balancing the externals so we can be happy all the time. But the externals can't deliver all the time. And we may say, well, that's normal. You know, it's not normal to be happy all the time. Well, of course, we can't be happy all the time if we're relying on externals, because the externals aren't always going to show up the way we want. In fact, most of the time, I think we can agree, they won't show up the way we want to. The relationship, the kids, our bodies can't even show up for us the way we want them to all the time. We are all aging and dying and getting sick every moment of every day. And I know we're talking about happiness and I'm talking about sickness, aging, and death. But those are coming for us all, guys. So that means the body is also going and not showing up for us sustainably all the time. So what do? Where is this sustainable true happiness that I'm talking to you about? Well, it does exist, and it's inside, right? So I want you to think, first of all, let's get there. Think of a memory of something that really made you happy right now. For me, it's doing work with other people that I really changed their lives, or said something that really infected somebody in a positive way. And that made me smile to think about it, right? So we all have those moments. Take a second, think about a moment, and the happiness kind of bubbles up, right? You may even smile about it. But what I want to point out is, it's not the action and the memory that made the happiness. It is actually the reverse. We created the happiness and then attached it to the memory. Mind blowing. So what I'm saying is, happiness is inside, and it's not the thought that created the happiness. Happiness attached itself to the thought. So that means we can pull them apart and examine the memory, and then examine the feeling that came up during the memory. And where did that happiness feeling come from? It didn't come from outside, it came from inside. So practically speaking, we're carrying around a box of happiness all the time. Whoa! Talk about game changer, right? Like, we're carrying around this happiness, guys, all the time. And guess what? An unlimited supply. Not a limited supply when it runs out. Always, right? The reason I bring up a memory is because it's usually easiest for people to go to a source and think of something and then have the happiness attached to that. But the goal here would be to separate the two, discard the memory, or put it back on the shelf in your filing cabinet, and just stay in this peaceful, blissful happiness. And not just when you're having a bad day, but when you're having a good day. And the goal would be to always stay there. And no matter what the externals are happening, because we all know the externals are going to crash at some point, ball by ball by ball, that we're so desperately spending our entire life trying to keep in the air, because eventually, right, the ball's going to come down. And the happiness that's attached to that, the relationship, the house, career, your health, children, the vacation, even the Michelin star meal, that ball's going to come down. And the happiness, the emotional happiness that you have attached to it, is also going to go with it. We've got to go inside. We've got to look for our happiness. And my recommendation is learn some good basic meditations. Through a meditation practice, and I know you're probably saying, oh, I heard all this before. My meditation practice has changed my life, and it's super practical. I'm a busy guy, I'm running around, I'm a New Yorker, like everything else. I have my list of things that I have to do and that I enjoy and that I get happiness hits from. And no one's saying don't do these things. Just realize the happiness is not coming from them. It's coming from you. Enjoy them. Enjoy the love of your life. Enjoy the date. Enjoy the whatever you're going to do, the meal, the trip, the kids, the dog, the vacation. But just realize that happiness is not coming from those things. You are creating it inside from your reservoir. And meditation will help you get there. Do a 5-minute breathing meditation. I know our mind is going and it's hard and we can't focus. But we got to practice, guys. Just like everything in life, we have learned to be successful at something. Your workout routine, your diet and exercise nutrition, your music lessons, your job lessons, your scholastic things, your schooling, all of it takes practice and focus. Do that in your meditation. Sit there for 5 minutes, do a simple breathing meditation, breathe all the thoughts out, and like ocean waves, the thoughts will come up, but they will go back down. And guess what? You don't have to follow the thought. Once you're aware, oh, I don't have to make a left turn with this thought. You can stay there, and a second or two, you will have a little bubbling feeling of peace. dare I say, bliss, AKA equals true sustainable happiness. It's possible, and we can all do it. The reservoir is right here. Go for it.